So here we are, the Pro-Am 3 boys. Let's just make sure my audio levels are working fine and dandy. Let's go to my channel, make sure everything's there, and that I can hear myself. Let's have a look. Yep, everything's up and running and good. So how are we all? Blue Moon Speedway, infield A for the Pro-Am 3 boys. Let's just get ourselves ready. Morning Darren, how are you? Got a little announcement to make. I'll do it at the start of this race as well. Go Grim, yeah. Looking forward to seeing Grim. Right, the announcement, just before we crack on. Let's wait for this to finish. Yeah, good. Glad you're okay, Dan. Right, just very quickly before we crack on, the MRC season GTTCC is finished. But I'm trying to set up a test night for something, and I'd like to extend. It's not. I've been impressed with the standard of driving in the Pro-Am 3 lobbies, and just for test purposes, I want to get you guys in on what I was doing. So I wanted to extend the invite to Pro-Am 3. If you wanted to, it's basically a Le Mans style race, endurance race. The Friday the 12th. I'll be doing a race. It'll be mixed field, GL1s and GL3s. Damages on heavy, tyre wears on, fuel's on. I've got 8 spaces left, so I'll extend the invite out to you guys, and then if I can't fill it with you guys, then I'll go to the wider MRC to try and fill the rest of the places. At the moment there's 8 spaces left. It'll be a first come first serve, but anyone from Pro-Am 3, if you're interested, just PM me on Facebook and I can add you to the list and so you can get a spot for it. I'll be doing some test nights before the Friday the 12th of June. But yeah, if you're interested in doing something a bit different, GL1s, GL3s racing together at Le Mans, let me know. Send me a message and then I can add you to the list. So right, anyway, that's the selfless plug out the way. So we shall now crack on with Blue Moon for the Pro-Am 3 boys. It's just, no, of course there's no live time, we haven't started yet. That's what I want. There you go. Display all. So there's only 8 runners. Oh no, there's 10. Sorry, it looks, just lists the first 8 there. There's a nice pole in the way there of Peter Mister in his glorious Aston Martin. Oh, what a... This is going to sound awesome. Screaming down this start-finish straight here in this Aston. I'm being surprised at how well the Aston, maybe Pete can comment as well, how the Aston's lack of tyre wear, whether it's because Pete's on a wheel and he's very smooth, but when I tested the Aston at the beginning of the season, it just seemed to chew through tyres too quick, and I couldn't, no matter what I did to try and get around it, I couldn't. I'm on a controller though, which probably doesn't help. Well anyway, here's Pete in his Aston Martin in first place. We've got Mark now in second. Just checking, make sure. There we go. Mark in second in his McLaren. A bit disappointed with the McLaren. I heard in pre-season it was one of the go-to cars, but I haven't seen many people driving it. I actually drove the McLaren last year. It was all right. It wasn't the worst, but then it wasn't the best. It was a good all-round car. It's very, with the 7 gears and changing the gears mid-range, you needed to get your head around it a little bit. Not sure how it is now with the update and whatnot. But anyway, here we go. So Mark and Pete have been battling with each other for the entire season, but I'm pretty sure Pete's going to win the championship if he hasn't already. A good result here, I'm sure, in front of Mark, and it probably is his. Tired Flea has been close, but not. Has been knocking at the door, but can't quite get a win. I remember Flea was strong at the early season. He's always just watching those two in front pull away. In the meantime, he's just watching these two close up behind. So Tiredly and McGann, surprised McGann's so high up in the qualifying, is here in third. Stewie Mac goes up here in fourth. He's been getting better and better as the season's got on. He's obviously getting used to that Audi so much more, but he's in an Audi and he's going to suffer at the beginning of this race. Grim in his Honda, again another fast driver. He's got so much better as the season's gone on. Picked up a win. He's driving ever so well. So hopefully he can do well here. So he's in fifth. Tim, the new boy, top six. A fairly evenly match. I say Pete and Mark, they're like the class of the field, but these boys, 4 boys behind, are certainly closing the gap, I feel. Actually, the next two as well, closing it all up. So as the season's gone on, it's really started to close up the field. Tim, the new boy, he has done ever so well. He's in his Subaru. Crazy is he's getting quicker, but even though he's back here in 7th, it's going well for him in his Beamer. DJ back here 8th in a Porsche. Spidey Team back here in his Dodge in 9th. Evil Cat back here in 10th. So we're missing Pit Dog, and who is the other Dodge driver normally? Stewie Mac. Oh no, Stewie Mac's already up there, isn't he? Yeah, Stewie Mac. Anyway, so turn 1 here at Blue Moon is, I think, hideous because of the dip. Let's see how the Pro-Am 3 boys get on with this. Trying to see where's the light possibly. Is that 747? No, it's an Airbus flying overhead. There we go. There goes the Airbus. So on board with Pete now to start this race, and we're off. And it looks like the McLaren and the McGann have got a great start there. Bit quicker than Pete into turn 1. Is Mark going to get around the outside at turn 1? No, Pete's going to hold his line. Mark's just slotted back, going around the long way round at turn 1. Everyone seems to have got through. Crazy's up to 4th. Tim's been squeezed up there on the right side of the barrier. Oh, Crazy's going to go hideous. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it's all kicking off. Let's go back to find Crazy. Let's get a rewind of what happened there. Did Crazy just outbrake himself, or was he just a little bit unsettled? No, I think he just got it wrong. Just got the line wrong. He had the inside line. He could have turned in. Oh, and he nearly takes Evil Cat out as well. Crazy, so it's gone horribly wrong for Crazy, and he's got massive damage both front, right and back. Disaster for Pavel. In the meantime, oh, Mark's right. Showed me very feisty with that Aston. I wish you could seen qualifying times. But Mark here in the McLaren is keeping Pete very honest there, up in the lead. Oh, Tiredly spins up his rear wheels. And Grim's got up to 4th in his Honda. Just wondering where the Audis are, because they're going to start streaming through the field. There's the first Audis in 6th place. But in the meantime, here we're on board with Pete. He's going to cross the line first at the end of lap 1. Pete's first, Mark 2nd, Tiredly 3rd, Grim 4th. Tim and Stewie Mac. Here's the Audi. The Audi can start making his way through the field. I'm sure of it, of Stewie Mac. So you're going to get the inside line here at turn 1. Tim's still fighting him. Looking for Tim. There he is. But the Audi's managed to hold it. Oh, there's a lead change. Mark has gone. Something's gone wrong with Pete. Let's go back. What's gone on here? Oh, too far back. So Pete and Mark were side by side through turn 1. Just when I said the McLaren wasn't actually that competitive, Mark's putting on a show here. He's got underneath the Aston Martin driver at turn 1. It looks like Pete's just got turn 2 wrong. Oh, he's smashed the car. Has he got damage? No, he hasn't got damage, but he's bleeding places now and slowing up. Grim, surely Grim's got a run down on the Aston Martin coming into turn 4. This really slow hairpin. Pete blocks it off. Experienced driving there from Pete, blocks off. He knew that Honda was looking quite tasty. But in the meantime, here comes the Audi up the inside of Stewie Mac. Is Stewie Mac going to make an audacious move up to the inside of Grim here? But no, he's not. And now Tim is harassing the Audi coming into the final little kink left to go down the start-finish straight. We're going to go on board with Stewie Mac, because I'm pretty sure Stewie Mac with the toe is definitely going to get Grim. I wouldn't be surprised he goes right up to the tailpipes of that Aston Martin just up in front. Or is he? Yeah, he's definitely got past Grimm now. He's going to try and go around the outside. He's getting the toe from Aston Martin in front. Coming into turn 1. He's caught right up to the tailpipes. Surely, if he'd let that drift a little bit wide, it might have been around the outside. But here we go again. Stewmack's looking at championship leader at the moment. As Pete's got it very wide again. I think Stewmack backs out a little bit. Oh, looked like Tim might have got it wrong, but no, he didn't quite. He managed to keep it. Oh, the boys putting on a show today. So all that's loud at the meantime is for Mark. Just puff of smoke from his tyres, and I've got to stop saying every time something happens on the track. So Mark, here he goes, and the final part of the corner, driving like Dominic Cummings on his way to Durham, getting away from the paparazzi behind him, getting up a nice gap now between himself and Tired Flea. Coming down the main straight, side by side. Don't think anyone is going to have been able to match the speed of that Audi down the start-finish straight. But Grimm's in a nice battle here with Tim. Coming down the start-finish into turn 1. Is Tim going to dive up underneath the Honda into the braking zone? No, backs out of it. Oh, Flea's gone wide. Grimm's gone wide. Tim's gone round the outside of Grimm. Maybe not quite. Going to go up the inside. Is he going to get him at turn 2? No, he doesn't quite manage it. But Tired Flea, let's quickly just see what happened to Tired Flea there. Did he get that wrong himself? Looks like he did. He turns into... See, Mark's pulling away now. Oh, he left the braking very, very late. He didn't brake at all before the and he gets hit by Stewmack for the fun of it. He didn't brake at all before that little kink in the road where it unsettles the car. Left it too late and it's gone too wide. So the Audi of Stewmack has got up. Told you this Audi would be good round here. The Audi of Stewmack has got up to 3rd. He's got the Aston Martin in front. This is such a power circuit. Oh, cuts a lot of curb though. He might even get a penalty for that. He has got a penalty. Oh, it's ruined it. Oh, Stewie Mac. No. You were so close. He's going to scrub it off before this last start-finish straight. Just when he needed to be in the tailpipes with Aston Martin, he gets that penalty. Can't scrub it off here because he's in everyone's way at the moment. He's going to go up the inside. He just cruises past everyone in an Audi. He's going to have to scrub that penalty off at some point, but it's difficult when there's a car right behind you. He's tired for now. He's been battling Tim. Tim's got up to 5th. Grimm's lost pace with these boys. Something happened with Grimm, then he got a little bit wide. But these boys squabbling. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all squabbling a little bit. He's just allowing... Oh, Grimm's got a nice upside line here on Tired Flea. Grimm's going to get 5th place back. Is he going to stick it? No, Tired Flea wipes his nose into turn 2, sorry. Oh, Grimm's got it horribly wrong and smashes into the barrier. Sure, he's got damage. What was that? What was going on there? Grimm, what happened? Avoids a contact there. What's happened here? Just turns in to get so much oversteer perhaps. Turns in and wrecks the car all by himself. Oh, Grimm, disaster for the Welshman. Oh, and someone else has gone in the same spot as well. This is DJ back here. Turns in, gets it wrong, spins it up again, smashes the front of the Porsche into the barrier. Oh dear. Here comes Pavel. Is he going to avoid all of this mess behind? Yes, yes. So Crazy's up to 8th now. DJ's 9th, and Evil Cat's 10th. Yep, damn it, Darren. That was entertaining stuff though. Right, so let's go back up to Mark cruising out into lead. Let's go through the positions and lap times. Mark's done a 1:12.378. We'll also just see on the live timings who's doing the fastest lap. Indeed, Darren, indeed. At the moment, the fastest lap is from Peter Mister, done a 1:12.176. So he's got a bit more pace than Mark has, but Mark's got a commanding lead at the moment, so he's done a 12.4 his last lap. So Peter Mister's done a 12.1. He's in second place. In third place is Stewie Mac, done a 12.8. Tim's done a 12.8. And Tired Flea's done a 13. I thought I was surprised the McGann got so high up in qualifying. I didn't think the McGann had the same sort of pace as a mid-12 sort of car. Spidey Team's now up to 6. He's cruising up behind everyone. Again, this might be a place where the Dodge straight line speed or just power through the over half the circuit from the last corner through to the end of turn 1 would be an advantage for Spidey Team. Here he comes now. Oh, it does sound glorious, that Dodge. I do like the Dodge as well. Is he going to avoid the wheel? Yeah, nice tidy line there, coming down the start finish straight. Grimm's back here in 7th. He's on the 13.4. Pavel's is done at 12. He's manfully trying to catch up with everything, and he can get a slipstream with the guys in front that maybe he can catch up. Evil Cat's back here doing 15 as his fastest time, and DJ's now binned it, is back here and doing 14. So it really is a case of, let's have a look at the time difference between Mark and Pete and Mister. There is 2.4 seconds. Tired Flea, Tim and Tired Flea having a battle though. So we'll go back to them. Here we go, Tim, Tired Flea and Stewie. Oh, so Tim's got in front of these two boys here. Let's go back with Stewie Mac. Is he going to go up the inside of Tired Flea into the hairpin? He's blocked past. Yeah, he's got a block pass through past the McGann, but then McGann's going to go around the outside. A little touch has just unsettled the Audi a little bit too much. A little bit too much there to make the manoeuvre stick. So someone's gone straight off. Spidey Team bins it. Oh, disaster! Just when he was driving. Oh, so what the hell is going on there? Oh, he's had some sort of mechanical failure. I hope the driver's all right, I have to say. As we go on board with Spidey Team, comes around this corner. Looks like he's about to lose connection, or the Dodge just gives up the cut. Yep. Dodge is literally dodging all over the place. Hits the barrier. That's a strange one. I hope the driver's okay, but it doesn't look like the car's working. Oh, a nice bit of coffee first thing in the morning. Oh, what the hell's... Oh, he's back there. I think Spidey Team's left the race. So yeah, we're down to 9. So unfortunately, it looks like he's disconnected. Such a shame. He was doing so well in that Dodge. So well in that Dodge. So the gap between these two was, and Pete, I can see in the background there, flashing his lights. The gap's still 2 seconds between these two boys. To Mark's just put in a 1:12.1. Surely that's the fastest lap time. No, it's not, because Pete's just put in a 1:12 dead. Oh, these boys putting on a show now. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Pete. Certainly got the pace in the Aston to keep up to Mark. If he can just get about another 50 yards in front, gain another 50 yards, he'll be in the slipstream and might be able to start to close in on that McLaren in front of him. Tim's now got past that little gaggle of drivers and started to pull away, but he's got an Audi behind him. All the Audi has to do is stay there or thereabouts through the infield section, and now he's just cruise away. I'm pretty sure Stumac's just going to cruise away from that McGann, even though Tired Flea will get a draft here. Let's go on board with Tired Flea. That Audi is going to pull away from the McGann. Look at it just cruise away. It's so overpowered down the start-finish straight. Tired Flea can't really do anything from there. It's too far away. Stumac gets very wide though. Tired Flea's going to come up underneath. So you're going to get the position he is. Stumac's gone very wide, loses the apex. Probably not too bad on tyre wear, I have to say. 10 minutes in. But you can see Tired Flea's shot through that gap. And now needs to get a decent enough distance between him and Stumac by the last corner so that the Audi can't take him again by turn 1. So it looks like the field's all sort of spreading out now. Properly spreading out. We'll go to the map, and you can see, yep, they're all spreading out. The closest battle on the track at the moment is between Mark and Peter Mister. It's down to under a second. Let's go up front to see what's going on here. Yep, Pete definitely, I think, is getting a toe now from Mark. He's going to start reeling that McLaren driver in. So it's now going to come down to, oh, look at that. Look at that. How the hell is Peter Mister getting through this race? And what I'm saying, looking at, is his tyre wear. He still looks like though he's got a brand spanking new set of racing super softs on. He's hardly got any tyre wear at all. We're 11 minutes in. How is he doing that? McLaren's better. You know, McLaren's still not in a bad situation itself up in front here with Mark. But Peter Mister in the Aston Martin is his tyres are just phenomenally good situation. It's so possible. He's so good. He might even can go on a no stop with racing super softs on. To see how that goes. So Tim back here in third and now put out a gap between himself and Tired Flea. He's still out in front of that Audi. We'll just watch if the Audi of Stewie Mac can catch up to the McGann by the end of turn 1, coming down the start finish straight. On board here with the Audi driver. Oh, it was a little bit too late. He's getting a lot of understeer going through that turn, having to heave that wheel over. It's too far away now from the McGann to do anything about it coming into turn 1. So while we're watching on this on board the Strumac, I'm just going to have another quick coffee break. That's a nice apex there from Strumac at that time. You can see he's gained distance on Tired Flea because of it. Coming into this, oh, Flea's gone very wide. I thought he was going to touch the grass and he could have been off. He's gone very wide again as Tired Flea. His Tired Flea's tyres suffering. We'll check in a second, but it looks like Stewie Mac is going to get a run down on Tired Flea, or he should have gone up the inside. He might have got him. Although Tired Flea probably would have blocked the manoeuvre. Oh, and Stewie Mac's side by side now with that McGann. He just has to stay behind. Well, Tired Flea's really suffering. What is his tyres? His tyres are still fairly good. It's going very sideways, is that McGann. Surely Stewie Mac now with a run down to someone's just coming into the pits. Who's just coming out the pits? Oh, Peter, just as I say that, Peter Miss has just gone through. Right, let's go back. See what happened here. Yeah, it's coming down the start and finish straight. There we go. Peter Miss has got up side by side with Mark. Puff of smoke there from the brakes on the Aston, and he's got the clean apex. Fantastic driving there from Peter Mister and Mark for minimal contact there. Coming through to turn 2, got a back marker in front of DJ. I think he's just cruising around now. No, he's not cruising around. He's just ghosting. And now Pete's got the lead. Is he going to start pulling out a gap between himself and Mark? Looks like he already has. Coming up to the halfway mark. Mark looked like he was going to lunge then. Let's go on board with the McLaren driver, see what he can do in the slipstream of the Aston Martin. Oh, I just realised this is going to be the last time for this season I'm going to watch an Aston Martin. Oh, I'm sad now. Mark's lost touch with the Aston Martin. Oh, I love you, Aston Martin. Let's have just pictures of you coming down. Oh, he's going into the pits. Pete's going into the pits. Minimal tyre wear. I'm not sure he really needed to be honest. But here we go, into the pits with the Aston Martin for the last time of the season. In the Aston Martin, I mean, not the last time for the season he's coming into the pits. Last time we're going to watch a pit stop there. Tim's come into the pits as well. Mark's coming. Oh, they're all flooding into the pits now, apart from the guy I think probably should come in, which is Stewie Mac in that Audi. Has he stayed out a lap too long, perhaps? Oh, Grim got completely thrown off then by that dip, but he's got... Oh, I thought he was going to undercut Stewie Mac there. Stewie Mac seems very slow around turn 1, probably because he needs a tyre change. But Grim's got back up to 4th, and his racing superstars aren't too bad. We've got 14.5 minutes to go. Here we go on board with Grim. Is he going to look up the inside? No, he backs out a little bit. Oh, Stewie Mac's suffering. Stewie Mac still can't hit the apex. He's drifting wide at every corner at the moment in the Audi. Hits that first apex. He's going to go very wide at the second one. Strange line there from Stumac, more of a blocking manoeuvre than a racing line, and is just resorting to using the power of the Audi down the start-finish straight. And while these two boys are messing about, we got Tim's come right through the middle. A hot knife through butter coming down the start-finish straight. Grim's going into the pits. Oh, Grim's going into the pits. Stumac stayed out. Here we are. Stumac stayed out with Tim. Is he going to try and go around the outside, or is Tim going to manage to make it stick? Tim's made it stick in that very stable Subaru, and Tim's pitted as well, so he's now gained a place on track, not through the pit stops. So it looks to me like Stumac now, with 16.5 minutes gone, 13 minutes to, just coming up to 13 minutes to go. His front right tyre is down at least a third, if not coming up to half. Is he going to try and do a no-stopper? He's got a big gap between him and Tired Flea. Tired Flea's pitted though. Evil Cat's in the pits as well now. Stumac, I think he should have pitted the lap before. Again, it takes a shallow apex in there and gets it, misses the second apex. The line is to go miss the first apex and hit the second one. He's very wide. He's scrubbing off so much speed. He's losing control of this Audi. Surely he's coming into the pits this time. He's honking the left hand side of this track. Yep, now he's coming into pits. I think it was a lap too late though. It's pit crew look like they've all been sneezed on by someone with a heavy cold. Put the tyres back on and out he goes. He's going to fall out now onto the track, back in 6th place. So all of the pit stops have happened now. In the meantime, we've got Grim. After headbutting the wall head on, he's now regained his composure. He's going on board with Grim through this section. There's a yellow flag. Someone's off. DJ stopped in the middle of the track. Oh. Fortunately, he's ghosted. That could have been horrific though. DJ's in the middle of the track back in last place. Something's happened to DJ. So now it's a matter of survival. There's only really 8 runners and riders in this race now. Grim can't quite close the distance between him and Tired Flea in front at the moment. Oh, saying that though, Tired Flea's just scrubbed off a bit of speed. I'm surprised at the top end speed of that Megane. It was meant to be more of a car for twisty circuits, which I would have thought would have been better suited for the last race of the season at Kyoto. You can see Grim in that Honda's catching that Megane hand over fist. Oh, throws into that corner, gets it wrong. He was a bit too late on the brake in there. Threw really, really wide. I think he got excited. He was closing in on Tired Flea. He's now just lost distance for it as Tired Flea goes wide. So let's go back up to the leaders. Here we go on board with Peter Misty. He's still not managed to shake Mark. Fair play to Mark. He's still harassing the Aston Martin after all this time. We're now, what's it, coming up to 20 minutes into this race almost. And Mark, you could still, it still could be either of these two races. You know, Pete, if he just drifts wide at some point in the Aston Martin, and he has cracked under pressure a couple of times, has Pete, when he's been in the lead. So it's not in the realms of fantasy that Aston Martin driver goes wide or bins it somewhere and Mark can take the spot. Mark gets a much better apex there. Pete's gone very wide. You can see Mark's catching up the McLaren. If the hand was out of the way on the steering wheel, you can see. Oh, he's not catching up now though. Let's just go to live time, and who's just done the fastest lap? Fastest lap is done by Mark. Yes, and Mark's done the fastest lap. A 1:11.849. It's got into the 11s. We've got to check what Pete's done in a minute. It's both apexes. Not sure that's the best line. He's now lost touch of the Aston Martin shot away at that last section. Mark very close to the wall, going over the marbles there. Stay on board with Pete. What's Pete's best time? Pete's best time is still at 12.6. He's got a second gap now between himself and Mark, who's gone board with the Aston Martin driver, going through that horrible bump. So I think Mark has definitely got. He's definitely got the pace. He's sticking with Pete. He just needs to be a bit closer now. It's just dropped off a little bit. He's just done a 12.8. That's his worst lap for a while now. That is. Here we go. More like a purple sector time from Mark. Cuts bit too much there. He's got it wide on the grass. He's losing touch now. He's trying so hard to catch up. It's just given a bit more distance between him and Pete. McLaren's not turning in as quick as he wants it to, I don't think. So that gap's now going to extend. Pete's pulling away. He's just on his best sector time through there. On board with the Aston. Nice tidy line through there. Nowhere near the wall. Coming down the start finish straight. So I just have to be silent as we watch in awe of an Aston Martin. Oh, love it. Nice tidy line from Pete. Right, so Pete's now pulled out a big gap between him and Mark off that little mistake by Mark. Trying oh so hard to catch up. Tim's not too far away from Mark now. Tim's slowly reeling him in, but whether he can do anything or not in the last 7 minutes, well, that's a lot of time. So there's about 6-7 laps to go before the end. It's got a big gap. How's the gap between Mark and Tim? It's 8 seconds. It's quite a big gap, and then there's 12 seconds between Grim and Tim, but then Stewie Mac and Tired Flea are still at it. There's Stewie Mac. Oh no, it's Stewie Mac and no, not Stewie Mac and Tired Flea, it's Stewie Mac and Grim. Let's just go back to the timing. Did I get that wrong? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, yes. Grim there and Stewie Mac there. It's less than a second. Well, it's obviously, you can see it's less than a second because it's here. Stewie Mac goes very shallow there, just too wide. That's a very strange line. You can see that Honda's now pulled away. But let's see if the Audi can catch up to that Honda down this start-finish straight. On board with Stewie Mac. Closing in a little bit, as little as 0.8 of a second the last time I checked. It's definitely less than that now. Oh, he's got a good line of Stewie Mac. If he puts the power on, he put it on a bit too late. Could have drifted wide. He's still catching up to that Honda though. I think the Audi just has to literally stay in the tailpipes of that Honda at the last corner, and he's going to have the position. But doing that is another matter, because I think Tired Flea's dropped off a little bit now. It's definitely close enough to the Honda and Grim at the moment. Grim gets the power down well. This strange line here by Stewie Mac, I'm not sure it's the best one. You can see the Honda's now got pulled away. It's just when the Audi needs to be close. The Honda's pulled away. It is still pulling away at the moment. Right then, so is there anything going to happen in the last 5 minutes of the race? It all looks a little bit as you are stationary at the moment. Look at the live timings of the map. You'll see everyone in a fairly short circuit, all strung out properly. It's just really between Grim and Stewie Mac at the moment. It's down to 0.43, so Grim has caught right up. So Stewie Mac has caught right up on that start-finish straight. Didn't think he'd get him that close. Grim's now caught a nice tidy line through there. Is he going to avoid the wall again? Yep, nice tidy line there. Stewie Mac just can't make it as accurately. Then Grim's pulled away again. So in the meantime, let's just go through the field as we are with 4 minutes to go. Peter Mister's now starting lap 22 in first place. Here comes Mark, who's valiantly trying to keep tabs with the race leader, is in second. Tim got his way through the squabbling mid-pack is up into third. Grim still holding out in front of Stewie Mac. Just a case of, can he hang out for long enough, or is that Audi of Stewie Mac going to reel Grim in at some point into turn one? Oh, he's looking very close. This could be the moment, actually. He's trying to dive up the inside of turn one because Grim scrubbed the wall there. He's lost his position. Is Grim just going to cut underneath Stewie Mac, because Stewie Mac's going to drift wide? Yes, he is. They're going to go, no, not quite side by side. I thought it might go side by side into turn two. But Stewie Mac's now got in front, and he's already pulled out a bit of a gap now between him and Grim. Just needs to keep that Audi neat and tidy, and then they just pull away from Grim and Honda, I suspect. So Stewie Mac's up to fourth. Grim's now down to fifth. They've got quite a big distance between themselves and Tired Flea here in sixth. Crazy still coming around here in seventh place. He's racing with DJ, and DJ's just spun the back end of that Porsche again. So Crazy's back here in seventh. Evil Cat's just cruising around now. I know he's not. I thought he was cruising, but he's not. He's in eighth place, which I do believe could be the highest result he's had this season. DJ's gathered himself back again, and here he's in ninth. He's done the fastest lap. It was still Mark with that 11.849. But unfortunately, DJ's looks like he's going to get lapped again from the Aston Martin driver, whose blue flags are waving out the sides, letting DJ know there's a faster driver approaching. Now, I know I said that you shouldn't take the first apex, but Peter Mister's managed to make it work somehow, and seems to be much more stable in the Aston Martin, so he can take that apex, the first apex of that hairpin, and then hit the second one. But the cars I've tried it in, whenever you hit the first apex, you can't turn in quick enough to get the second one. You always have to drift a little bit wider that first apex. Anyway, what do I know? 2 minutes to go, so that'll be just about 2 more laps now for Peter Mister. Mark, let's have a look at the distance. He's fallen way off. He's now 8 seconds off from Peter Mister. He's obviously settling in for second place. Tim is 7 seconds behind Mark, so there's big gaps between the first three. Grim has got back in front of Stewie Mac. What happened there? Oh, I missed that. What's going on here? So Grim caught up to Stewie Mac here. Undercuts Stewie Mac into turn one. Has now got that Honda back in front of that Audi. Great driving there from Grim. And he just wide. He got a lot of speed, so he's going to start pulling away now from the Audi. What's the tyre situation like for Grim? Oh, and then he hits the grass. Holds it, avoids the wall that he head-butted earlier on. Stewie Mac's not letting him go though. This is going to go down to the wire between these two. Just forward it a bit because it's round about here. So here we go. Grim then is now in fourth place. Stewie Mac's lost touch of... Yeah, he's lost touch of Grim now completely. Minute and a half to go. Tired Flea's too far off. Crazy's too far off Tired Flea. Evil Cat's about a lap behind, I think. And DJ's just trying to keep it on the black stuff for the next few laps. Peter Mister still, his last lap was a 12 flat. His tyre wear's just starting to show a bit of wear. Goodness me, that's good driving. So here we go. Pete now coming down start finish straight. Glorious Aston Martin. Vodka Martini shaken not stirred on ice in the pit crew area, waiting for him as long as he just keeps it together to finish this lap. Keeping an eye on who might be this last lap for. No, they're all getting round. 30 seconds to go. Tim's around. Grim's coming round. Stewie Mac's gonna come round. Tired Flea's got 15 seconds. He'll make it. Crazy might not make it, so Crazy might be the first person to finish the race as we come around now. 8 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Yep, Crazy's going to be the first one to finish. So here we go. Crazy coming down the start finish line now. We'll finish in 7th place. Evil Cat's coming around the circuit now. He's well off the pace. He's coming around here. So here we go. Let's go back up the field. Sorry. There's Peter Mister. So let's rewind. Give Peter his moment of glory. Comes through the last corner. Aston Martin sounding glorious. Pussy Galore is screaming appreciation in the pits as his Miss Moneypenny. As Pete Mister crosses the line for yet another win. Martin to come across now for a brilliant second place in the McLaren. Here comes Tim coming across the line with another respectable drive here from Tim's going to finish in 3rd. Grimm's had a eventful race, smashes the barrier, the proper good ding dong with an Audi, but has managed to get it through all of that and finish in a very respectable 4th place. Well done, Grimm. Stewie Mac's going to finish in 5th, and nice handbrake turn, smashes the car. Good star points there for 5th, and 6th place comes to Tired Flea. So where's Evil Cat? Here comes Evil Cat. He's going to finish across the line. Now, there we go. So there we have it. Race 13 in the bag. One more race to go, and that will be it for Pro-Am 3 Season 12. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. Again, let me know if you're interested in the race that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Just PM me on Facebook and I can add you to the group. But anyway, in the meantime, see you later. Stay safe, and until next time, see you later. Bye bye.